Hello, dear viewers, and a very warm welcome back to our channel, your trusted source for in-depth insights into the British royal family. Today, we stand at a fascinating yet delicate moment in the monarchy's ongoing story, as Buckingham Palace prepares to deliver what is expected to be a highly significant update concerning His Majesty King Charles III. This announcement comes at a particularly sensitive time, following a fresh wave of controversy surrounding Prince Andrew, which has once again cast an unwelcome shadow over the royal household. Before we dive into this complex web of duty, diplomacy, and the enduring challenges facing the Windsors, please take a moment to show your support. Do remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and tap the notification bell so you never miss our latest analyses of royal developments. Your engagement truly helps us continue bringing you thoughtful, detailed coverage. Now, let's examine the unfolding situation. The royal family, an institution built on centuries of tradition and service, often finds itself navigating turbulent waters in the modern era. While much attention has been focused on King Charles's reign and his steadfast dedication to duty, a troubling and persistent issue has once again risen to prominence: the ongoing saga involving Prince Andrew, the Duke of York. For those who may need a brief reminder, Prince Andrew's association with the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein has long been one of the monarchy's most damaging and enduring scandals. His friendship with Epstein, which continued even after Epstein's first conviction, has caused irreparable harm to his own reputation and to the standing of the royal family. The scandal reached its breaking point in 2019, when the Duke gave his now infamous BBC Newsnight interview in an attempt to defend himself against the allegations made by Virginia Giuffre. His responses, including his widely ridiculed claim about being unable to sweat, were seen as tone-deaf and lacking in empathy. The interview quickly became a public relations disaster, cementing his image as an embarrassment to the crown. In the months that followed, Prince Andrew was forced to step back from public duties. Under the direction of the late Queen Elizabeth II, he was stripped of his military titles and royal patronages, and no longer permitted to use the style of His Royal Highness in any official capacity. Though the civil lawsuit brought against him by Miss Giuffre in the United States ended in an out-of-court settlement, the terms of which were never publicly disclosed, the damage to his reputation was irreversible. That moment marked the nadir of Prince Andrew's public life, seemingly consigning him to a quiet existence away from the spotlight. Yet, as history has shown, controversies linked to the Duke of York have a troubling habit of resurfacing, a recurring source of discomfort and frustration for the royal household. The latest scandal to erupt has once again placed the family in a deeply uncomfortable position. It stems from the emergence of a shocking email, allegedly written by Prince Andrew himself to Jeffrey Epstein. This correspondence, first reported by the reputable British newspaper The Mail, has reignited anger and disbelief both in the United Kingdom and abroad. According to these reports, the email was sent shortly after the publication of the now infamous photograph showing Prince Andrew with Virginia Giuffre, his arm around her waist, with Ghislaine Maxwell standing behind them. The photograph became one of the most damning symbols of the allegations against the Duke, and the timing of the email, coming so soon after that image entered the public domain, adds a disturbing new layer to an already scandalous saga. This latest revelation has not only reignited public outrage, but also placed Buckingham Palace in an increasingly precarious position, as officials weigh the need for a response amid growing calls for accountability. What makes this particular email so shocking is not just its timing, but its contents. In the message, Prince Andrew reportedly told Jeffrey Epstein that they were in this together. Those words, "in this together," carry deeply troubling implications. They suggest a sense of shared predicament, perhaps even shared culpability and a personal solidarity that stands in stark contrast to Andrew's repeated public insistence that he had no close contact with Epstein after his criminal conviction became known. Let's take a closer look at the wording as reported. According to the Mail, Prince Andrew's message to Epstein allegedly read, "I'm just as concerned for you. Don't worry about me. It would seem we are in this together, and we'll have to rise above it." This statement, expressing empathy and camaraderie toward Epstein, implies a relationship far warmer and more collaborative than the Duke has ever publicly admitted. It presents a startling picture of ongoing personal concern, one that directly contradicts his claims of distance and detachment. Even more disturbing, the email reportedly ended with an almost casual conversational tone. Otherwise, "Keep in close touch, and we'll play some more soon." This closing remark, suggesting continued communication and even leisure, has only intensified public outrage. It paints a portrait of tone-deaf arrogance, a shocking lack of awareness of the gravity of the situation, and an unsettling intimacy with a disgraced individual whose actions brought global condemnation. Yet perhaps the most astonishing detail of all is how Prince Andrew signed the email. Despite the scandal, despite his tarnished reputation, and despite his mother's decision to strip him of his royal privileges, he allegedly concluded the message with his full titles: a HRH the Duke of York, KG. Here, A stands for Andrew, Herr denotes His Royal Highness, and KG marks his status as Knight of the Garter, one of Britain's most prestigious honors. The audacity of using these titles in correspondence with a convicted sex offender has been widely condemned as an insult to the institution of the monarchy itself. Public reaction has been swift and furious. The reemergence of this email has reignited long-held anger and frustration among the British people. There is growing demand for King Charles III to take decisive and irreversible action. Many citizens, and even some royal observers, are calling for a permanent ban on Prince Andrew from any and all royal events, including private family gatherings that might lend him an air of legitimacy. The prevailing sentiment is clear. Enough is enough. The integrity of the monarchy, they argue, must now take precedence over any lingering sense of brotherly loyalty. It is in this atmosphere of public outrage and renewed scandal that Buckingham Palace is reportedly preparing to make a significant and carefully timed announcement. So, what is this announcement? According to reports circulating on social media, specifically via a well-followed Princess Catherine fan page on Instagram, King Charles is set to confirm the details of an upcoming state visit involving a major international political leader. This high-profile diplomatic engagement is being viewed by many as a deliberate statement of stability and focus from the monarch, a clear indication that despite his brother's controversies, he remains committed to his constitutional duties and to projecting the image of a functioning, forward-looking monarchy. The Post claims that His Excellency Frank-Walter Steinmeier, the President of the Federal Republic of Germany, will be paying a state visit to the United Kingdom. This visit, reportedly scheduled for early December, will take place at the direct invitation of King Charles himself. By extending this invitation at such a sensitive time, the king appears determined to remind both the public and the international community that while individual scandals may arise, the Crown's diplomatic and constitutional work continues unshaken. Let us take a moment to consider the true significance of this development. A state visit represents the highest form of diplomatic engagement between nations. It is a carefully choreographed event that underscores mutual respect, shared values, and strong bilateral cooperation. Every aspect, from the itinerary to the ceremonial details, is designed to reflect unity, cultural connection, and long-standing strategic interests. For King Charles III to confirm such a visit at this particular moment sends a message that cannot be overlooked. Despite the turbulence within his own family, the Crown continues to fulfill its most vital role, representing the United Kingdom with dignity and purpose on the world stage. This decision reflects not only His Majesty's unshakable commitment to duty, but also his determination to project an image of stability and leadership at a time when public confidence has been tested. Germany, as one of Europe's most influential powers and one of Britain's closest allies, holds deep diplomatic importance. A state visit from its president, Frank Walter Steinmeier, is far more than ceremonial. It is a strategic act of international diplomacy, encompassing formal receptions, a royal banquet, meetings with political leaders, and cultural engagements aimed at reinforcing the historic friendship between the two nations. Such an undertaking demands immense coordination, precision, and the active participation of senior members of the royal family. Notably, reports indicate that Prince William and Princess Catherine, the Prince and Princess of Wales, will play key roles throughout the visit. Their involvement is particularly meaningful. They symbolize both the continuity and the modern evolution of the monarchy. As the future king and queen consort, William and Catherine bring a sense of vitality, approachability, and international relevance to the royal institution. Their presence at such a high-profile diplomatic event not only lightens the king's heavy schedule, but also reinforces the monarchy's enduring adaptability. Their popularity and ability to connect across cultures help humanize the institution, bridging the gap between ancient tradition and contemporary global engagement. This announcement's timing, arriving so soon after the explosive revelations surrounding Prince Andrew's email, appears to be far from coincidental. It is, by all accounts, a strategic pivot by Buckingham Palace, a deliberate effort to steer public focus away from scandal and toward the monarchy's continuing relevance, diplomacy, and duty. By spotlighting this upcoming international engagement, King Charles is asserting that the institution remains robust and forward-looking, a source of unity and representation for the nation, rather than distraction and division. In many ways, this moment captures the delicate balancing act that defines His Majesty's reign. On one side, he faces the painful challenge of addressing the misconduct and reputational damage caused by his disgraced brother. On the other, he must preserve the integrity and global standing of the Crown itself, an institution that transcends individual failings and continues to serve as a cornerstone of national identity. The announcement of President Steinmeier's visit thus sends a clear message. King Charles's priorities lie firmly with duty, diplomacy, and the enduring future of the monarchy. His measured approach, combining empathy with accountability, demonstrates his intent to safeguard the institution while steering it through the complexities of a modern, media-driven world. Public expectation for accountability from Prince Andrew remains strong, and the king's eventual decisions on this matter will undoubtedly be scrutinized in detail. Yet, through this focus on international diplomacy, His Majesty is quietly reclaiming control of the narrative, reaffirming the monarchy's purpose as a force for stability, cooperation, and continuity. What do you think of this delicate situation? Do you believe King Charles's decision to announce a major state visit at this time is an effective way to counteract the negative publicity surrounding Prince Andrew? What further steps should the king take to protect the reputation of the crown? Share your views in the comments below. We value your insights and thoughtful discussions. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth royal updates, and join us soon for our next exploration into the ever-evolving story of the British monarchy. Thank you for watching.